So the topic lately has been how to use slow eccentric movements to help improve mobility. So in the past, we talked a lot about the calf. I showed you kind of calf stretching, calf flexibility, calf mobility or ankle mobility exercises. How do we take that a step further and use slow eccentric movements to help improve range of motion? It's pretty simple. It's your standard calf raise or heel raise exercise, but doing it from some kind of deficit. So if you are someone that's restricted through the ankle, ankle's always tight, calves feel super tight and locked up all the time, you work on foam rolling, you work on stretching, but it just really doesn't get you anywhere. Doing a strategy like this will, I think, provide you that stimulus to get you to the next step. So what you're going to do here, we can do this bilaterally on 2 feet, or if you have any kind of asymmetry, if one side is tighter than the other, we can help kind of bias that and focus more on one side. So if we have restrictions on both calves are always tight. Do we need to build strength in the calf? That could be something you need to investigate. But from a mobility standpoint, we can come up, calf raise, nice, slow control. Because I am up on this plate, there's additional range of motion that I have to lower through. So I'm getting a greater degree of dorsiflexion at the bottom, and dorsiflexion is the motion that the calf is on stretch. So we have the gastroc and soleus behind in the calf. We're lengthening further through, because if you thought if I was on the ground here, if I came up calf raise and lower down, I'm only lowering to neutral. Okay, I'm not going past that, so there isn't much lengthening at the calf. Yes, from the top position down, I'm eccentrically elongating the calf muscles, but I'm not taking them past that neutral point. So at home, using a step, a stair, any kind of elevated piece of equipment like a plate or a bench, anything to get yourself up a little bit higher is a good strategy. So that's a good way to work on both calves if you have flexibility issues in both of those. If you have problems in one side, going to more of a 2-to-1 heel raise from this deficit could be valuable. So from here, I'm going to drive up with 2. I'm going to shift onto a single leg, and I'm going to control from that one side all the way down. Because you need to remember, it's not necessarily about just resolving tightness, but seeing if we have any differences from side to side. If I know my right side is the restricted side that is tight and limited because I tested in the past or someone looked at it for me, I want to address that side to make sure I'm kind of balancing the kinetic chain as much as possible. And if they're both tight from there, I can continue to work on both those equally. But that is a very simple strategy to help work on calf tightness and ankle mobility issues from more of a movement standpoint.